Howdy there, YouTube. Welcome back to part 2 of our elevator tutorial. And as promised, today we are going to add the yellow circuit, the orange circuit, and then we are going to build our modified binary engine back here. So, yeah, let's get going. Okay then, so we're going to start, I think, with our orange circuit. We're going to start here down on the bottom. It does not matter which side of the elevator you start on, as we are going to essentially do a mirror image to both sides. The idea here is that we want to link up opposite pistons. So for example, this piston here, we want to link with this piston here. And if you think about the way that this thing is going to move in a cycle, if this piston pushes, we're going here, and then this end's going to run and push down, and then this end's going to push across, and then this end here is going to push up. So, we need to wire these pistons in a sequence so that they will push the elevator around like this. And if the green is our cart, then that's going to allow the elevator to go up. So yeah, the way we do that is fairly simple. We're going to start here on the back of these pistons, and you're going to build this kind of shape right here, a little Tetris shape, a little square, 2 out. Repeater here and there, and then link both of these with redstone. So these repeaters are on 1 tick delay, very important, and they're just going to run these pistons here. We need then a repeater here, a little redstone on the corner, and then a little bit more wool. We're going to go 3 more out, and we want 2 more repeaters and some redstone. All the repeaters here are on 1 tick of delay, so we've essentially added 4 ticks. So each piston has 1 here, 2, 3, and 4. So then on the back of these, once we're done, we're going to add here to the side. We're going to do 2 blocks just like that. Let me fix the sun. And on top of both of these, we're just going to run a little redstone. And so that's that side done, just like that. So then we're going to come over here, and we're going to be interested in these 2 pistons here on the bottom. So just for the sake of making everything in the orange circuit orange, we're going to put a square and then 1 more block here just like this. Repeater into both pistons, a little bit of redstone, and we're actually, I'm sorry, going to carry, nope, not like that, like this right here. That, and then a little bit of redstone up. And we're going to want to bring it up 1 more from there, and then 2 more blocks so that it will link up. And then we want redstone and repeater there so that it's going to carry the signal down. So there we go. Bottom part of this is now done. That was the easy part. We are going to go up here to the top, which will get a little more involved just because eventually we're going to have a button that's going to go right here, and we need to avoid that. So yeah, the way we're going to run these pistons up top is very similar to down here. Remember, these on this side, the up pistons, the up and down pistons, only have 2 ticks of delay on them, while the left and right pistons have 4 ticks. So when we come up here to the top, we need to keep that in mind. We're actually going to run these 2 down pistons from the top just like that, and then we're going to come 1 more out just like that. So over here, I need to remind myself real quick. Yep, that's right. We're just going to run redstone here, just like this, and then down and down again. And now from here we're going to come out 2 blocks, 1 for a repeater, and then 1 for some redstone. And then we're actually going to have a block that will drop just like this, a little redstone, and then on the side of that block like this. Now this is where it is going to get a little bit interesting. Normally we would just run like this, come out and around, and be done. But unfortunately that is going to interfere with the button that we're going to need to build here. So we are going to have to go do something a little bit different. So this time we're going to come up, 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 3 repeaters across the top, and we're going to build this little dewey just like that. So here we go. One more. 2 more actually, I think. And then up. And then we want to have 3 repeaters right here. And eventually we're going to come down on the bottom side just like this. And then bring it over this way just a little bit and bring it up. So there, we're built. Hopefully you could follow along. I know that was a little scattered, so I apologize for that. Little redstone here across the top, 2 repeaters, and then we're going to come down, 1 repeater here, repeaters into the pistons, and a little more redstone. So what we've done is we've carried the signal across the top of these. We're using repeaters here so that we don't interfere with what's going on with these pistons. And then these 2 repeaters right here power 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks of delay, just like on the bottom. And then on this side of things, we actually have 1 tick here, which for our purposes is actually okay. So we'll be fine with that. Now, the part that gets a little interesting is we are just going to build a spiral down. I know that we can use half slabs, but with this, because we're going to run our power from the middle part of this, we're not actually able to use half slabs since they don't do a real good job of carrying current down. So we do something just like this. And now all you have to do is run a little redstone all the way up this spiral, and eventually we will connect to the top here. And this will then be the orange circuit done. There you go. So the next thing we'll do then is the yellow circuit, which also has a little modification at the top. And that'll be the wiring for all of our pistons done. So stay tuned. Well, so I did lie. I actually told you incorrectly. I built the first part of this orange circuit wrong over here. This can all stay the same. It is this section here that needs fixed. You can actually come here 1 block earlier than I did and now come across those pistons right there. And that actually is reasonably important for when you have this level built. You're not going to interfere and get in the way. So this then breaks here. We need to run into just like that to power those pistons. So repeaters here, redstone wire, repeater here, redstone, redstone, redstone. Across the top of these pistons, these are super important. You have to have those placed above so that they do not crosstalk with these pistons and so that they do not power these pistons here. Ideally, I think we want to raise this block as well and put a repeater here. Now, of course, we've added too much delay, so we need to destroy this repeater and make that some redstone. So, sorry about that, told you wrong. This should fix that issue, and it will allow a nice, clean floor level to be built right there. Right then, so let's get our yellow circuit run. We're going to start up here on the top, and pretty standard, just like before. Square, 2 out, 1, 2, and 3, just like we've done before. Repeaters here, here, and into the pistons, and then just link them up like this. So there's our delay, done just like that. Now we'll come here to these 2 because we don't want them to interact with this over here. We need to do these just a hair differently. So we go on the top, and then 2 more out, little L shape, repeater right here, redstone for the rest. And now all we're going to do is build out and out again. And now this one we actually want to drop just like that. And now we can link these with redstone. And there we go, top done. Pretty simple. The bottom down here is actually going to be very easy. This is exactly a mirror image from the other side. So once again, since I have built this at ground level, I need to cut these blocks out. I guess you don't have to do that. I'm just doing this to be a little uptight, I suppose, because I want all this to be yellow down here. Repeaters into the pistons, redstone like that, and then redstone up here. And now on the side of that, we need to come out again so we can get the proper amount of delay. On the other side here, these are just going to run as we've always done it before. Build our square, come out, 1, 2, and 3. Repeater, repeater, repeater here, and then into the pistons. We'll link these up just like that. And now on this side, we do need to have a repeater facing in just like that. These two blocks here, then raised, and a little bit of redstone wire. Simple enough. And so now the last thing that we need to do is build our spiral. I like to start at the top. It really doesn't matter, I guess, where you start, just as long as our spiral comes down. I guess it doesn't even have to be a spiral. You could run this differently if you have more room, if you're not trying to make this really compact. You know, this is not a requirement at all. It'll work just fine. The only thing to be careful of is make sure that you're not exceeding the 15 block limit for redstone. Part of the reason we do the spiral and then run the circuit in the middle of it is so that we can make sure it reaches everywhere. Right, so there we go. Just redstone all the way up. Fairly simple. There we go. Yellow side done. So it looks like we've built some very complex circuitry when in reality this is fairly simple. By doing this little jog here, we have made this the front of our elevator. So we do eventually, want to be aware of that when we build everything over here. So, all right. So next thing that we need, I guess, is an engine. So we will come right back and add our binary engine. Okie dokie, friends. Let's add our engine to the elevator. You see, we're on the front of it, as we had put this cart, a little bit of green wool in here to represent the cart. What we want to do is go around to the back of this thing and find this nice yellow block right here on the corner. And from there we need to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 down. Cut those out. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we just go 2, 3, 4, 5 out and just carry that on all the way down. So what we're doing then is building ourselves a little platform. And on this platform, we will build our binary engine. Now, if you've seen the tutorials previously for the binary engines, then you know pretty much how these run. Little redstone here, little redstone there, repeater here. This one is going to have a little bit of a change. Previously, we have just put repeaters here and then built the rest of the engine. On this one, we actually need to add a little bit right here, redstone in the middle, repeaters on the end. We do this so that we can go ahead and take signal off of this side and run it into the elevator itself, so that this is what will actually power the belt. This repeater here that we just placed on 4 delay. And now here in the middle we can build our counter, 1's digit, 2's digit, and 4 digit. And now put our repeaters in between. Blocks on top of all of our sticky pistons, like that. And now with a button here, our counter. Excellent. There it is. So now we can continue building the rest of the actual engine. We're going to take that right here off the corner of that piston. I'm sorry, I keep calling repeaters pistons. I don't know what's wrong. And then I fall down. Not a good day. Just like that, repeaters into the blue box, and then a little bit of redstone to link everything up. Now on the other side, we're going to build a mirror image of this, so cut that block out. Here we go. and again. And now up top we want repeaters facing out and a little bit of redstone to link them up. Almost done then. We just need to run our signal back here into the front. It requires a repeater here and a repeater here, and then redstone to link them together. So what we've done, if you haven't seen tutorials, is when we push this button, these blocks here in the middle are going to count for exactly 7 ticks. So when you add in the original one that we put in, so that would be 1 plus 7, then is it's going to run 8 times. And what this is doing here is it's checking to see if these blocks are up. And when all 3 blocks are down at the same time, which will happen on the 8th move, then signal will no longer carry to this side and the engine will turn off. And that is exactly how we tell our cart to move up and down the elevator belt. So hopefully we've built this correctly then, and there is one more thing we need to add, I suppose. We need to delay here. And we're going to play with these in just a moment to see exactly how fast we can get this thing to go. So, you know, if you've got a really laggy server, you can add more delay into this thing right here. You can even run a line out over this way and add more repeaters. And all that's going to do is it's going to slow down how quickly these blocks move, which is then going to slow down how quickly the belt moves. So this area right here allows you to control how quickly the elevator will move. So then let's start it up, and there we go. That first tick is always going to be longer just because it comes off the button and it stays depressed. And there we go, everything off. So let's try to speed this up just a little bit, and while we're at it, why don't we go get a stone button? Stone buttons more useful in that they do not emit quite as long a tick, see, much faster. It seems like we can run it on 6 ticks over here just fine. I wonder if we can go any faster with this thing. There, we turn it off. Let's go to 5 ticks of delay. You can run it on 5. Apparently that looks like it's okay. While we're waiting here, we'll reset our sun, I suppose. So that's really interesting. Let's see if we can just run it on 4 ticks delay then. Yes, we can. Pushing the limits, pushing the limits. Let's try 3 ticks. That is also okay to 2 ticks. That also runs fine. So we can almost run this on just a 1 tick delay, which is going to be fairly fast, I think. Nope, 2 ticks is the minimum. Also did not work. Let's try again. 3 ticks. Got to be 3 ticks delay, otherwise the initial button push does not allow it to run. Okay, so that's not too shabby then. Just for our purposes here, I am going to go ahead and move this back to 6 ticks delay. It seems like in tests that I've run, this is the most reliable, and that's where the elevator does not break down based on lag. So there we go. Pretty much everything to this point. This is all the circuitry, the major circuitry done anyway. All we have left to do is this white wool here, and on the outside is going to represent our buttons. So we do need to add those. And then we do have a little bit of a memory latch down in there to add. Obviously, we need to talk about the reading out of the back of the elevator to control how it moves up and down. And then the last thing to add is going to be these pistons right here on either side, which will control whether the elevator is going up or down. Basically, they are set opposite each other, so that when the orange side is running, the yellow side is not running and fighting it. And that's how we get one side to let the elevator run up, and then one side to control the elevator running down. So I think I'll stop for right now. I will see you guys here in just a little bit, and we'll talk about some more button action, some piston action, and a little bit of memory latch. Alrighty.